Hey everyone, Chris Truder here, leading communications expert in Japan. Today I want to share a story with you about a company I used to work with and why I started this company, Cranefield Communication. I was working for this American company. It was a medical device company, and I'd worked there for about 3 years, and it started off great. But after 3 years, I became frustrated. I felt like the company didn't really value and appreciate the talent and skills that I was offering the company. I was making good money, but I didn't feel like my voice was being heard. And I really wanted to become the president. I was number 2 in the company, but I was basically just in survival mode. I was doing everything I could not to quit and look for another job. Then, one day, the president suddenly quit, and I was appointed the interim president until they could find a new president. I thought my time had come. I was so excited, so energized. I was working late every night, and I loved the new responsibility. The staff was happy, the customers were happy, and this was probably the happiest time in my career. I wanted to be able to lead the company into a new direction and be trusted by the senior managers to do that and also earn respect. The thing is I had to interview for the job to become permanent president. They weren't just going to make me the president. So really the company still didn't trust me to lead the organization, and they ended up hiring somebody else. This meant I wasn't able to lead the company into the new direction I wanted to go into, let alone create more value for the Japanese customers and earn more respect. To make things worse, I felt terrible because I thought I was most qualified for the position, since I had more than 20 years working experience in the medical device industry in Japan, and I spoke fluent Japanese. The staff and the customers and other colleagues within our organization all told me that they were really looking forward to me becoming the president. They thought it was decided. And I felt even worse about the situation because the company hired someone from overseas who had never even been to Japan, let alone speak Japanese. I felt like someone had just punched me into the gut. I was so disappointed and angry, and I even felt like a failure. And the problem was that the new president immediately took away all my management responsibility of the staff I was leading. So this meant it didn't matter how qualified I was if I had leadership experience. The new leader did not value my leadership experience and my talent, which meant I couldn't continue working there. I mean, I could, but I could work my butt off, or I could just sit in front of my computer, and it didn't matter. I would get paid the same salary regardless. And this was very depressing for me. Then, as if by chance, something amazing happened. One day, a thought out of nowhere just hit me like a lightning bolt. I remembered about a concept I had learned in business school, which was called maximizing shareholder wealth. Basically, it means that a company needs to make as much money as possible for its investors above everything else. I realized that this is completely wrong, what I learned in business school. The company not only didn't really value me, and most of the employees for that matter, it really didn't value the customers, the Japanese customers, either. The company was more concerned about it itself and just making money for the investors. It was now crystal clear to me how first I could earn money by getting paid directly from the customers, not the company. And second, I could have the power and freedom to make my own decisions very quickly and provide more value to the Japanese customers. Because I saw I could serve the customers better than my company was. And I could build a business where people, both employees and the customers, are valued much higher than just trying to make a buck for the investors. I also learned that even though I could make good money working as a consultant, crazy as it sounds, just making a lot of money is not the key to success. The key to success is providing more value to your customers, which will then enable you to make more money. So you should stop thinking about how you can get paid more by your English conversation school company and think about how you can add more value to your students or customers instead. As a result, I left the company and I started teaching business English to the same customers. After I did that, I started getting paid directly from the customers at much higher fees than most English teachers get paid in Japan. Suddenly I was making great money and working only a few hours a day with no stress. My plan was to start a consulting company that provides business English lessons specifically to medical device companies in Japan. So I made a website, I made a logo, I made my own business cards, I made flyers, and I read everything, as you can see in the background, I could get my hands on how to start and grow a business. So I started contacting everyone I knew in the medical device industry to see if their company might be interested in the services I was providing. And if they weren't, could they refer me to someone they thought might be interested in my services? And I didn't stop there. I then hired several business coaches to mentor me and help me grow my business. After that, I added new services. I raised my fees. And I even started a coaching training program to Japanese companies in Japanese. But there was still a problem. I thought I was creating these amazing customized English lessons for my clients' staff. I mean, I was a medical device industry expert. I had also taught English for 10 years when I first came to Japan. So it was fairly easy to get new clients. However, after about a year of teaching business English, I realized that my teaching method was not working. I mean, it wasn't good enough. The students were just not improving quickly enough, in spite of the high fees I was charging their companies. I ended up getting so frustrated that I decided to overhaul my teaching system and create a brand new teaching system, completely different from traditional teaching methods used by the English conversation schools in Japan. I chose to call this teaching method My English Journey. I thought if I could create something that would make it possible to accelerate the student's English speaking ability within just 3 months, everyone would be happy. After hundreds of hours of brainstorming, tweaking, and testing this new system, and investing over $100,000 over the past year, I created my English journey. I can now deliver a teaching system that guarantees any Japanese business professional wanting to speak and improve their English ability, they'll be transformed into a fluent, confident English speaker within just 3 months. I then started to let other English teachers use my English journey. As a result, from January till now, 2019, we have earned over $100,000 in fees. Over the past year, we've taught over 1,000 hours to close to 2,000 students. After creating my English journey, I was not only able to live in this high-rise mansion in central Tokyo, I've also been able to stop worrying and stressing out what my company or my boss wants me to do. Because now I am my own boss, and I can create tremendous value for my customers very quickly. And in the end, all this means I'm now able to spend quality time with my family every day, take time off pretty much any time I want, and make my customers happy.